Hi everybody, welcome to Weekly Wise. Our guest today is Eva Calvillo, and before we introduce her, we're going to tell you about Weekly Wise. This program started as a joint venture, myself and Matt Parks and our wives. We wanted to give our gifts, share what we have to the world. First of all, it's designed to be a platform for people to share from their hearts. And we wanted not just nice ideas, but in addition to that, like actionable, usable ideas that people can take to better their lives. We wanted to provide that value in that manner. And we also wish to share our business, which is Strongbrook, and Matt will be talking about that, which creates immense value for us, and we love to share it with those, with everyone that we can. And also, we had a lot of Ben & Jerry's ice cream left over from Fricon Day. Yes, so Matt went out and bought all these ice cream. He borrowed our freezer and another freezer, and we served it from the front lawn. 1,000 people came, and it was a big event. And we had a lot left over, anticipated how many people would come. So this is how Weekly Wise was born. And so Eva, I've known Eva for about 2 years, and she was in our last ward, and we really have always admired her courage and her determination to do what's right and to live a happy life. She's the mother of 4 beautiful children, and so I'll turn the time over to her.
All right. Well, as part of my talk today or presentation or just my story, it's the topic when life gives you lemons, makes lemonade. So based on that, I asked one of my friends from my ward to just write a small paragraph about what she knows and sees about me. And this is what she wrote. And I asked somebody else to write this because I couldn't write good things about myself. But she could, and so this is what she wrote, and it says, Eva is a single mom of 4 energetic children. Her children are close in age. The oldest 2 are in 1st grade, and the youngest still in diapers. I just need to make a correction. Potty training, the last one, so yes. While fighting this already enormous uphill battle of motherhood, which includes never-ending laundry, messes, snacks, meals, squabbles, hugs, kisses, and more laundry, without a helpmate, she is one of the happiest and strongest people I know. Her eyes, already beautiful in their own right, shine absolutely spectacularly with the light within her soul. Not only does Eva take care of her own children, one of whom suffers from seizures, she also volunteers to watch the children of other couples so that their tired parents, especially moms, can go on dates, attend the temple, go to counseling, or just have a break. Then she invites other families from the ward, from church, into her home once a month for a delicious homemade meal, so she can get to know them better and make them feel more welcome. All of this is exhausting, and yet she does more. Eva is a runner. She makes the time to train and then race in half marathons. Plural. Her kids are loved, and so is everyone who knows Eva. Rather than drowning under so much responsibility, she swims beautifully, making the effort to teach her children the scriptures and to pray every day. She loves God and Jesus and is not ashamed or afraid to rejoice in them. She embodies joy. Eva is amazing. I love her and cannot imagine anybody who knows her not loving her. She inspires me to be strong and choose happiness no matter what life throws your way. So she did amazing, by the way. She writes pretty good. But the only intention of sharing that is that I've found Christ, and that's why I'm able to do all that. Without him, I cannot do what she's talking about. And to tell a little bit more about me, I grew up in Mexico. As soon as I graduated from high school, I came to Utah for school. As I was going to school and working, I got married, was married for 7 years, got divorced, and now it's almost 3 years in November since the divorce, and I'm loving the person that I'm becoming thanks to that trial or to that event in my life. And it's gonna sound odd or weird, but I think it's one of the best things that happened to me. Just because it brought me to a place where I wanted to meet and get to know God and His Son in a much intimate way. And I learned all that I know now through 12-step. And I think 12-step is amazing. It's a great program, and it's a spiritual program. We put God in the center. And I grew up as a member of a church, and I thought I knew Him. And I thought I had everything figured out. And then life happens, and challenges come, and that's almost 100% guaranteed. We will have trials, we will have challenges. And what I've experienced in 12-step is just that, a change in me to be able to do what I need to do as a mom, as a daughter, as a friend, as a student, as a co-worker. So I have many hats that I have to put on, but all that could not be accomplished in my own opinion and understanding without relying on Christ. So I was gonna say my favorite steps, but they are all my favorite steps, the 12 steps. But the basics for me is 1, 2, 3. 1, I acknowledge and just say, my life is unmanageable and I cannot do it. I'm powerless. And then I recognize the second step, that there's someone that has the power to do that, and meaning God. And then the third step, I turn over my will over to Him, and I let Him. And I consider myself to be a person that has that gift of belief. I believe that as I humble myself and come to them, they're always there for me. And I want to share a few experiences of the new me, since this event happened, how in our family and in my life, God has helped me to make lemonade. And I have a few experiences. One of them, it's my son. When the divorce happened, he was really, really sad. And one night, he was just crying about it. And he was asking, why isn't Daddy with us anymore? And I just validate his feelings and emotions, like, I can see you're pretty sad because Dad is not here with us. And I'm sorry you feel that way, is there anything I can help you feel better? And he was just crying and saying, no, I just want to know why Daddy is not with us. And at that time, I just said to him, well, we've been learning that every choice has a consequence. And that's what happened, he made a choice, and the consequence is that he cannot be with us. Yeah, but I want to know what he did. And so at that point, I just said, just like we read, in the scriptures, if we're not faithful to God's commandments, then we don't get to live with Him, kind of thing, and I just kind of tried to make that analogy. And after that, he was okay. The question stopped. And then I saw it as a great opportunity to try and teach him what I've been learning, which is 1, 2, 3. I cannot do this, but somebody else more powerful than me can, and I will turn it over to him. In other words, surrender my whatever, sadness, anger, fear to God. And I told him, again, I can see you're really sad. Do you want to know what I do when I feel that sad? And he said yes. And so I share with him those 3 steps. I give it to God. If I'm that sad, I give it to God. I pray and I give it to him. And I asked him, a 4-year-old then, do you believe he can take your sadness away? And he looked at me and said, yes, no doubt about it. That faith of a kid. Yes, I believe he can. And I helped him say that prayer. And he wasn't crying anymore at that point. He was just calm. He was able to fall asleep through the whole night, which at that point he wasn't sleeping through the night. And he knew from his own experience that as we come to Christ, he can take away what we are willing to give him. And that, that was it. But what was impressive to me, a year later, he stuck into me and asking, can I share my testimony at church? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to go up there and help you. You have to just do it on your own. Okay, what can I say? And I just said, what do you want to say? It's testimony about Christ. What do you know about him? And he said, that he died for us, that he loves me. Yeah, those are true. And then he said that he can take away my sadness. And that was just really feeling to me as a mother to know that he remembers and that he knows that whenever he feels sad, he can go to Christ and give that to him. And he will take care of it for him. And so that's just one of the experience, my friend mentioned, that I'm doing all these things by myself, and it's crazy. Some other said, that parenthood is just so hard that not even 2 people can do it, or something like that. So let alone 1. But what I've discovered and what I'm still learning is that I'm not alone. That as I come to Christ, he's right there with me to help me with everything. And this happened not too long ago, about a month ago. We're getting ready to go to church, and my little one got stuck between the wall and the bed. And so I came down, what happened? And he's just like, I'm stuck, I cannot get my leg out. And I'm like, are you sure? And I tried to help him. The leg was stuck. I tried to get it out, I couldn't. And he was just crying, it hurts. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can try and move the bed. It's a bunk bed, solid wood. I'm like, there's no way I can move this thing, it's so heavy. And of course, I literally felt powerless. My son is hurting, and I cannot move that leg bed. And of course, my first thought is, that's why I need a husband. I want to move heavy stuff. And then I kind of smiled at myself and said, duh, you have God, the most powerful person, God, And so I just said to Jacob, kind of to calm him down, like, I'm going to get your brothers, and we're going to all pull this, So he kind of just calmed down. I'm like, okay. The other 2 came, and I explained to them what was going on. And I said, we need to pray and ask God to help us to move this because it's so heavy. But if we all 3 pull together as we ask him for help, then we'll be able to do it. And they say, okay. So I pray, and ask for his help. And then I just said to the kids, okay, on 3 we pull. And I don't think that moved an inch. But Jacob was able to pull out his leg. And before I couldn't. And to me, that just miracles like that happen every day, where he shows up for me every single time. That I come to him with that belief that he will be there for me. And so it's been an amazing journey to me to experience what kind of power is available to us as we come to God. And I just feel super happy and hopeful, that I'm going to be okay, my kids are going to be okay, even though I get those moments, those nights where I'm overcome with fear, like, am I really going to be able to do that? To provide for my kids, to be there as a mom, to prepare them for life. But I think that's just normal for humans. Even I was reading, Gordon B. Hinckley got that overwhelming fear, once he knew what responsibility he had. And we all go to the same person for that reassurance that we're not alone, that he's just right there with us. And all he asks is to humble ourselves and come to him. And I just recently, back in March, started a 12-step program in Spanish because I just felt, there's so much need. Everybody can benefit from this. And it's been a great experience to be able to just provide that space for people to come and learn about 12-step, learn about or remind themselves, of what really matters. I believe that as I work the program, I become closer to him, and I put him in the center. And it's just been a great experience to see that in my own life. And not only in my life, but how that affects my kids. Even though they're young, they're super smart, and they understand, and they get as simple as, do you believe he can take away your sadness away? And they do. And so it's a challenge every day. It's crazy, just like my friend expressed on that email, It's a hustle to get out the door. Everybody who have kids knows how hard it is, like, okay, everybody, we need to get out the door. It's
Find your shoe.
Yeah, exactly. The jacket, the shoes. But I literally, when I feel powerless and like, really, I can't do that, he shows up for me, It's been said, I believe it was Jeffrey Holland that said, we can call upon angels to help us. And when I heard that back in May this year, I'm like, we can? I'm gonna do that. And so this happened last April as we went to visit one of the new temples in Payson. Again, my youngest was just not happy. He was just crying and having tantrums, and we were really close to get in and go through and see the new temple. And he was just out of control. And I was trying to calm him down, to validate the feeling, to just, hopefully have him calm down. And I remember, what they said, and I just offer another prayer and say, you say we can ask for angels. I need one or two right now so that we can go through and have a good experience. And the miracle happened. He came, calm down. And I literally looked up and couldn't believe it. Like, I tried everything and it didn't work. And as soon as I asked him, the miracle happened. He was just calm. We were able to go through and really enjoy going through. And so just small things like that happen every single time. And I don't think I'd be living these experiences if it wasn't for 12-step. I really love the program. I know it works. It's definitely helping me and my family, and I literally feel the power that is available. I simply enjoy trying to share that with all people that I kind come in contact with. And I don't know, that's all I have, you know, that's my why I keep trying and why I don't give up, because I'm learning how to rely on someone who will never betray and will never be busy, you know. And so that's it. That's all I have.
Very good. And thank you, Eva, for coming and sharing that special message with us. So now it's my privilege to introduce Matt Parks. So he is my brother-in-law, married my sister, and we've had a lot of great times together. So he and I and our wives are involved in this Stromberg Mentoring Network he's going to tell you about. I'm very grateful for Matt in my life. He saw a vision for our family that we didn't see, and we've been able to follow step by step through a wonderful transformation process in our participation in this company, Stromberg. It's been marvelous and amazing. So with that, I'll bring up Matt Parks. Thanks.
Thanks, awesome. Thank you, Eva. That was so touching. I loved what you shared. Loved the feeling behind what you shared. It's an inspiring story. So thank you really a lot. That was great. As Ryan mentioned, we want to tell you a little bit about. We actually have a gift for you. We want to give you a free gift that for us has been very meaningful, and that is the gift of information and content from world-class trainers and mentors, all just at in the gift of your hand, through a free app on your phone. And so if you take your phone and or whatever device you have, then go to your app store, whether it's Android or Apple. Go to your app store and search for Strongbrook. Strong like muscles, Strongbrook. And you'll see an app come up that's a little blue icon with a white SB for Strongbrook. Go ahead and give that a download. It's free. And what it has to offer, you can imagine numerous trainers and mentors in their different fields, whether it's fitness or finance or relationships or whatever it might be, bringing their content that they have to share, that they sell to people, and saying, here, you know what, we want to get our message out more. We're going to put a good portion of our content here so people can access it, and a lot of it is made available completely for free. There are little daily doses, little mentor moments where you get 1 to 3 minute message each day that kind of just pick you up and get you going for the day. There are courses, full-on courses that you can take, just a lot of excellent content, interviews with mentors on a radio. So great stuff there. So go ahead and download that app called Strongbrook. And then you will need an invitation code, and we'll get to that in a second. So with this mentorship, the reason why we do this, why we even bring it up, I guess for me, I would say, is it comes down to, for me personally, it comes down to the purpose of education for me. When we talk about, if you think about your children, if you're in a place where you have children, or even yourself where you're at, consider the question, what is the purpose of education for this child? So for me, I say for Amy, for Noel, or Eliza, or Benjamin, what is the purpose of education for this child? And I would invite you to consider the difference between education and training. Training has a purpose too. Education to me is more encompassing than just training. So that's why I bring up that question. And I personally believe that for me, the purpose of education is to give me the experience and knowledge to live the life mission that God has let me choose here on earth. Some people talk about a God-given mission, and I certainly believe Many people have a specific mission they're called to do. And I also believe that in large part, we get to choose some of that. The mission that we want, the things that we love and that come out for us, we get to choose that. So an education is all about having the experience and knowledge to be able to fulfill that. And when that is the vision of education, as it is for myself, education never ends. Not just through this life, but beyond. Education never ends. So that's what it is for me. And these different trainers and mentors help me to gain that kind of education. They give me different perspectives. They give me new ways of thinking. Because if you're going to make new decisions, you need new information. And one of the best ways to get new information, two of the best ways I know of to really integrate new information into yourself is, one, by asking new questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. And two, by people who can see your blind spots. Now, for example, you were talking about 12-step. If there was no one that knew how to run 12-step and no one there to lead or guide it, how would it go?
Not good.
No, not so good, right? You need someone there to act as a director or a mentor or a trainer for the people going through the course, right? Going through the steps. And I'm sure we all are at different stages. We're all going through the steps throughout our life. But we all need someone to lead at different points, to be a mentor, to be a trainer. And we take on those roles at different points in our lives. So that's what this has to offer. So if you've taken a chance to download that, you can go click and create a free account. And we'll give you an invitation code so that you can actually create that free account here in a moment. The other thing I wanted to mention is as part of this is more than just an app. This is actually a community. There's a group on Facebook that's the Strong Group Mentoring Network community, which is a place where like-minded people share their ideas and their insights and things they're learning, and it's a great way with like-minded people to just have that support as you're learning and growing and stretching in new places, new areas. And also there's an event that gets put on called Limitless. It's a 3-day event. It has amazing experiences and content in these 3 days, amazing trainers that are on stage. And this event, if you imagine seminars and things, they can run up pretty costly. I personally paid over more than $1,000 for different events that I've gone to. But this one is typically $4.99 for the 3 days. And we actually have, because of the network and community that we're in, we can actually get you passes for $69 for the 3 days. And it's the next one is October 15th through 17th in Salt Lake City. And Bonnie, did you want to share something about that? Okay. My wife, Bonnie, Ryan's sister, is, well, I could talk about her all day long, so I won't bore you. But she just kind of mentioned to me that she might like to share some of her. This is Benjamin, not Bonnie. Some of her experience with Limitless. So come on up, honey.
So my question, Matt had an offer, I'm going to start with a question, is do you have anything in your life that's not just exactly how you would want it? Raise your hand if you have something like that.
Yeah.
You guys at home can just be raising your hands. I know we all do. So I have a belief that behind the things that we have in our lives that are not just how we want them are some faulty beliefs. So, for instance, sorry for the little earthquake there. Something that comes up for me sometimes is having a house with kids and how there's clutter everywhere all the time. So when I have a belief that there's clutter everywhere all the time and I walk around my house, guess what I see? Clutter all the time. What if I believed that my house was clean and beautiful and perfect? What difference would that make?
It probably looked that way.
it would probably look that way. It sounds like a silly thing, like maybe I would just be living in a fantasy world because with kids there's really going to be clutter. And there's probably some degree of truth to that idea that there would be clutter. But I believe just changing the belief can make a powerful, powerful difference on what happens in our reality. So that is part of the journey that we have been on as related to Limitless. We've been on the journey longer than Limitless has been around, but Limitless kind of shot us forward on our journey. So this is only the second Limitless event that they've had. The first one was just a week and a half ago, I think. But along with it, they've provided quite a community as well. So there's the Strong Mentoring Network community. There's also a Limitless community. And I'll tell you, I was on Facebook involved in the Limitless community. And I've talked to another friend who was in there on Facebook there today. And she said, when I go on Facebook, everything is so depressing and frustrating and everyone's just complaining, except for the Limitless people, who are just inspiring and amazing and just totally living life and giving it their all. And so to me, that's why it's worth sharing about Limitless, sharing this opportunity. I went there and found love and community and friendship. I feel like we got closer with some of those friends in 3 days than friends I've had for years and years. I also found massive breakthroughs of some beliefs that I've been holding on to that were just not serving me, were not helping my life. I found opportunities to really examine some things that I was afraid of and to face those fears. And I also found the courage to do it that I had never found before. So that came through Limitless and through this community of, we call it the Limitless Tribe. So I think it's a wonderful thing that there is to offer. Along with that, some of the skills that we've learned through Limitless, specifically about belief breakthrough, where you can find the beliefs that are holding you back from whatever it is you want in your life. And the amazing thing is the answers are always inside of you. The answers to what is holding you back is just right inside of you. And so we've learned through Limitless and other experiences a process, just a very simple process. But as we've done it over and over, we found that it is a life-changing, powerful process to help change those beliefs. And so I've decided that since the last Limitless and until the next Limitless event, I'm offering free belief breakthrough sessions with people. And so Monday through Saturday, I'm doing half-hour sessions. I am open at 6 a.m. or at 9 p.m. Or if you have children, I'll do a play date in the middle of the day. And so if anyone is interested, I still have slots. I think I have one left this week and quite a few in the upcoming weeks. And so if you would just comment on here. If you want more information on Limitless, if you want more information about the Belief Breakthrough sessions, or if you just want to tell Ava how much you loved what she had to offer and share tonight, please comment and let's get in touch. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, son. See, I told you I like her. She's cool. She does amazing things. And so about the app, if you've downloaded, hopefully you've had a chance to download the app now, got it on your phone. And when you're looking at it, to create the free account, there's an invitation code. And so to get, when both parents are trying to be here, it makes fun times for kids. To get an invitation code, just reach out to whoever invited you to watch this today, and we'll get you an invitation code for that person to invite you, and you'll have the app, and you'll have access to this training, all this fabulous content for free. Really what I hope and would invite you to do is find something on there that sounds like it'd be interesting, that sounds like it would resonate with you. Give it a try, give it a listen, and see if it's not something that can inspire you and make your life a little bit better. There was a man named Zig Ziglar that once said, I'm going to slaughter the quote, but essentially, people say that motivation just wears off, and what good is it? He says, well, yeah, that's why we bathe every day too. You need to get motivation and find motivation every single day to live an inspired life, and that's what we're here to offer. So thank you. Hope this was wonderful for you. Could you go get that? Sorry. And now it's time for, I can't say my favorite part because I love it all. Like you like all of 12-step. But now it's time for one of my favorite things on the planet, and that is ice cream. So, yeah. Come on up, Eva. We were talking with Eva about what her favorite one might be. She is not as familiar with Ben & Jerry's ice cream, so we talked about it. And she chose New York Super Fudge Chunk, which is chocolate ice cream with dark and white fudge chunks, pecans, walnuts, and fudge-covered almonds. And just like when they do, I don't know if you've seen the technology unboxings, like when they get a new tablet or something, they film opening up the package. We like to do that with ice cream. So, open it up. You see, look how much that chocolate is. So if you come to this, this is what you have access to. Come and join us. You can join us next week. Here, it's a little bit frozen. Oh, sorry. Your official shovel. And Eva, thank you so much. Really appreciated having you here. And I would ask you also not just to come next time, but think of who you would know that would enjoy this, and bring them with you next time. Have them join you. So thank you much, and we'll see you next week.